In this video, I'm going to attempt to turn this into one of these. You've probably seen these Shadowbox display pieces floating around the internet the past few years. If you haven't, it's basically a broken piece of tech. In my case, this Game Boy Advance that is the Pokemon Center edition that is taken apart and essentially turned into a 5th grader's diorama. I have so many special edition Game Boys laying around that are in decent condition but not working, and I've been wanting one of these Shadowbox displays for a while. And since no one wants to send me one for free, I took that personally.
It became personal with me.
Alright, so here's what we're working with. This is a 12x12 Shadowbox type frame. I have some 12x12 cardstock that we're going to use to print our design on and get our little details like they do. And then, of course, some glue, and then the Game Boy. First thing I'm going to do is take the Game Boy apart and lay everything out and just get kind of a feel of how I want it to look, and then we'll get working on the design over on my computer. This unfortunately isn't an original back, but it'll have to do for what we're doing today. Probably won't use the screws. The board actually looks pretty clean. Pads are a little bit dusty, but honestly it kind of adds to it. Game Boys are always dirty. And then for the screen, since I'm gonna do kind of like a design underneath the screen, like underneath the lens I should say, I'm not gonna need the screen, so let's just pop that out for now. Oh, it came out pretty clean. So yeah, the idea is they'll put like a game printed onto the cardstock underneath this, and then it's like the game like right there. So I think that'll actually look really good. So we'll set that there for now. So basically, I'm gonna get a little bit of a layout here of how I want it to look. That looks pretty centered right there. Then this would go like right here. And then this would be like right here. This is gonna actually fit pretty well. All right, so then we have the L button, which I'm just gonna bend these down because I think I'm gonna glue them like this. And I'm gonna leave them dirty. It gives it some grit. The D-pad, I'm gonna cut off this nub. Okay. There goes that. I'm gonna bring these a little bit closer. Yeah, maybe it would make more sense to put these down here because we have kind of like, we don't really need more stuff towards the top. And this would kind of fill in a little bit better here. I was gonna leave the speaker on, but this side could use something in the edge right there. So let's go ahead and actually remove the speaker and do that too. I'm gonna leave the wires on though. Just gonna do like a, clip that off. Okay, do these like right there. That looks good. All right, so now that we have our layout taken care of, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a photo of this, I'm gonna bring it over into Photoshop so we kind of know where the general area will be for all of the components and the shell and the motherboard. And then I'm gonna add some lines and different types of stuff and try to get it to look close to one of the shadow boxes that you see online. So let's hop over to my computer and see what we can do with this. All right, so we got a couple of them up right here to get some inspiration. Let's check out X-ray art first. So X-ray art, basics, similar layout to what we went for here. So they put the LNR up here. I like this idea with the headphone jack and this little CPU design. Oh, the on and off button. I didn't even put that on mine. I needed, where the hell did that button go? They also have templates that you can do. Let's see. Here's the Game Boy one right here. So they have a Game Boy Advance template that you can buy. And I think it includes everything you see in this photo right here. Man, their website, I hate when websites have weird zooms. It comes with the shadow box and then a printed template that you can use, and then some glue and a bunch of tools you probably don't need. And that's $139. I just think that's kind of high still. I mean, all I've had to put into it so far is about 30 bucks minus the Game Boy. So, oh, here it is. Here's the Game Boy Advance one. Okay. So yeah, basically the same design. I'll print it out for you, and then you just glue all your components on there. That's neat. I think it's, you know, okay, so with shipping, it's probably 20, so 160 bucks, we'll say, probably, with tax. Let's also check out Grid Studios, who is the main people that started doing this, I think. They were the first people I ever saw doing it. Yeah, basically the same. Introduced 2001, I like that. So this is what our design is looking like in Photoshop. Very similar. I have their designs right here just to compare. Essentially what I want to do is find some different shapes. I'm not very good at drawing in Photoshop, but that's okay. We'll just see what we can do. Find some different shapes, kind of fill in all the blank space and make it look, you know, like a 5th grader's diorama. So there's the damn culprit right there, you little slippery son of a... Alright, so at first I started out looking on different PNG sites for some shapes. I knew I wanted to start, I needed some ovals and some circles. Of course the Game Boy Advance logo and the Nintendo logo. This circle I came across, it has like a little arrow in it. I thought that would look cool to go around the D-pad. And then also I got this other circle and some lines to go both on from the components to the different parts of the shell and also to go around the speaker. So I'm just straightening out the image a little bit right here, and then I started fitting everything over where I thought that it would look best. Really, I was just winging it as I went. Since it is a Pokemon Center Game Boy Advance, I thought it would be cool to add the Pokemon Center logo somewhere. I ended up putting it right here in the middle of the display. I added some circles underneath where the A and B button go. And yeah, I just kind of went at it for a little while. This took me about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to finish. I kind of lost track of time, but I think I was happy with the result, as you will see in a second here. Alright, so now that we have like the basics of the details done, I'm going to go ahead and throw it into the printer and get it printing and kind of get like a rough draft first print and lay it on the desk and see how everything's lining up, see if we need to move anything around because my photo wasn't perfect. So let's go ahead and do that and see how it's looking. Alright guys, here it is. Turned out pretty good. Some of the PNGs, I probably could have found some a little bit better quality ones, but overall I think sitting in a frame, they're going to look good. So let's go ahead and remove all this stuff and see how everything's fitting on here. Just dump all this. So first thing is this. That fits pretty good actually. I'm happy with that. The circles could have been a little bit more to the left, it looks like, but honestly, it just looks like they're off, like the shadow's off, and it looks good anyway, so I am okay with that. So the motherboard would go right here. I was gonna do the on and off switch right here. And then we have the D-pad, which fits pretty well in that circle. I'll straighten it out when I glue it. I think this was down here. And then we have start and select. Let's go ahead and put this down. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Everything's fitting really well. The speaker, something like that. Looking good. All right, so then we have the R button, which I just kind of set right there. This is looking good. Well, we did it first try. I'm very happy I didn't have to waste any extra ink. All we have to do now is get our glue out and start gluing all these components onto this paper. It's looking really good. I really like the way that this turned out, actually. So now I picked up a couple different types of glue. I'm not sure which one will be best. I like the Gorilla Glue because it has the brush, so I can, you know, brush it on and it doesn't goop all over the place. And then this is a little bit thicker adhesive that I saw at the craft store. I was going to use hot glue, but hot glue is so messy, I really didn't want to have to deal with it. So I guess let's just get started. Oh, and this emerald really does look good in that window. That was like perfect. Probably should cut these tabs off of here, huh? So it lays a little bit flatter. All right, maybe I should try it on something smaller. Let's do the D-pad first so you can see how it kind of applies. That was simple enough. Guess I'll just do a bunch of globs on it. Glop it here. Don't want to get it on the lens is the only thing. Hopefully it doesn't drip. I hope that sticks. I don't know. I think I'm gonna actually start trying this. And this shit's just stringing everywhere. It's pissing me off, honestly. Stand up for this one. So when it comes to the glue, I'm actually glad that I had both of them, because for the flatter pieces like the membranes, it was nice to just kind of brush a little bit on and lay it flat. But then for like the A and B button, when it needed a little bit more inside of it to kind of hold it up, the thicker glue worked a lot better for that. So I would recommend using both if you did plan on doing this yourself. Using these little pieces of metal to glue them down. Looking good. Oh, well, look at it. It doesn't turn out so bad. A little off on these, but these ones are definitely the hardest to do. These two are tough because of me moving all around and not wanting to get excess glue on the thing, but dang, she looks good. Can't wait to get her into the frame. All right, so now we have everything glued on. I think I'm gonna let this sit for like an hour before I start moving around, because I gotta put it into the frame face down. So I'm a little bit nervous that stuff's gonna start falling off. So I'm gonna wait a little while and I'll be back, and then we'll get this thing fitted into the frame and see how it actually is gonna look. All right, so it's been a little while. It's been about 2 hours actually, so it should be as dry as it needs to be able to lower it into the frame. Let me grab that. All right, here's the frame. I already took the back off of it, so let's go ahead and slide this over. See how we're gonna do this. I think what I'm gonna do is actually, yeah, let's do it like this. I'll take this part out, flip that over. There we go. Lay that down like that. Hope nothing's falling off. Carefully. Carefully. Oh shit. I think we're good. I think we're good. Give it some support. All right, moment of truth. Oh, it looks good. Oh yeah. It's cutting off a little bit of the edges of the top right here. I guess the paper I use is 12 by 12 and the frame is 12 by 12, but I guess I should have moved the logos inward a little bit because it's clipping a little bit of the bottom, but you can see battery door still. I'll bring that one in a little bit. I'll probably just make that one a little bit smaller, make this one a little bit smaller, and then my logo I would probably move up, but if I do another one. But for now, I think this actually turned out really good, and I was more concerned about any of the pieces falling out, and honestly, I think we're good. So there it is, you guys. Let me know what you think about this. Would you do this to one of your limited edition Game Boys you have sitting around? I have a problem with just having way too many and some of them not working, so I thought I might as well appreciate them some way. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Will you guys be doing this? And I will leave a link to download my template that I put together if you guys want to use it, tweak it, do whatever you want with it for free on my website. After I fix those little logos right there, I'll have it down, link in the description below. So thank you guys. Be sure to subscribe, give me a like if you liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.